No, that's your favourite player. So
All right.
no,
Looks like
we're
we're
just
live.
live. Yep. So I'm just gonna get the link to this.
You standing up, are
Who?
you? Jared's standing up.
All right. Looks like it, doesn't it? I'm actually on the chair right now in my theater room.
Just trying to
I'm
get
six
the
foot
link.
two. Well, how you can understand why I'm 6'2". I can't keep holding my computer the entire time we do this podcast.
I'm the small one. I'm not that. I'm
Enough.
only a.
I mean, you can do anything. You're literally ranked third this week, and you're in the top 100. So you can literally do anything this week.
Oh dear.
All
I'm
right,
pretty
Nathan.
shocked myself.
All right, we are live now. Perfect. All right. So yeah. So last week, yeah, we are up to round 11 review and also round 12 preview. Obviously the first week of the buys, and we are joined with our Jacob and also Timber. Timber
What's up, everyone?
Timbers came third this week in the country. Yes, you wouldn't believe it. The amount of times he loves his Wicks, he talks about Wicks non-stop. He's somehow made it third. So, what did you do,
Yep.
Tim? How did you come third?
Well, if you look at my team, is you
I
said
know why he
bringing
came third.
bringing merit. So
And
And you know
Martin.
what? You listened to me, isn't it? I helped you, didn't I? Then Tim,
and I tricked you too.
you
Not to
said
mention that you made Martin VC.
instead of merit.
And I did
Are
have
you
Simpson. I did have Simpson in on the field, and someone said, one of my friends said, um, don't do that. Don't listen to other people's advice. Do what you want to do. So I
and
changed
Simpson
it
got
back.
0.
So I changed it back and got Will Hayes in there.
Yeah, Will Hayes
Oh,
was good. He was good. It's
looking at your
unfortunate he's
team
probably
here.
not
Look
going
at
to keep his
this.
spot, but he
If
was
you
good.
if you go to the total point from last round, it'll tell you.
See, 95 there. See,
But if you go up top, it'll
Yep, he's 95th. He's on the track to get a hat.
see go round 11. Then you'll know.
Yeah, but this is the round that I think most people are going to be
see, look at that.
kind of hesitant about because we're going into the buys now. Going into the mid-season buys, and of course, this
Yep.
round one.
Yeah, the only good thing about my scores were Real Dream Team and Super Coach. I managed to get 2400 in pretty much both formats. So that's harder because I find you got limited trades, whereas fantasy it's unlimited trades. But fantasy, I've been
Yeah,
rubbish. Whereas not, I think my Real Dream Team and Super Coach is competing with you with your fantasy there, Tim.
I look at that midfield. I can't believe it. Oh.
mm. What'd you have on your real dream team, Reese?
So and Real
2400,
Dream
you
Team.
said?
Rule, Rule Dream Team, I scored 2376, and Super Coach, I scored 2417. And I moved up on Rule Dream Team back into the top 700, and Super Coach, I'm back into the top 13,000. So not too bad
Well,
What
there.
about fantasy? What was your score in fantasy
Fantasy,
this week?
Fantasy, I got rubbish. For some reason, it had Warnock on the bench and it had Hall on the field. So I lost like 50 points there, and then I end up with only like 2200. I was hopeless.
I've got
Um,
no idea what my minus
Ah,
threes is
wow.
going
I
to
was
be.
worse than you. I was 2186 this week. Could have easily been 2300 for me this week, and would have been very, very nicely placed. But thank you, the trainer, of
yeah,
course. Fucking trainer.
I had Chol was
And
rubbish as well. Chol
also,
was terrible.
unfortunate for Cooper Simpson. Very unfortunate for Cooper Simpson that he did his AC joint.
Yeah, I don't have Simpson myself, but a lot of people jumped on him. Probably my negative three probably Troll. He was rubbish. But then Brisbane won, so I was glad that helped out. And then
I don't think I've
a-
got a
and
minus
and
three.
and
Look,
then
if you look,
my plus three would be Toby Green. He was pretty. He's up and down, but he got 133 and he smashed it. Plus my vice captain Merritt 149. I said on the pod last week, this is the week to put Merritt vice captain, and he got 149. So I was pretty happy with that. So that's my
I,
two.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I don't think I've got a minus three. If you look at my team,
You got Reed. He got 67.
yeah,
yeah,
but he got injured at halftime. You have to take that into account.
True. What about Bice? He got 70.
Compared to what he's been doing over the past couple weeks, I actually think 70 is a pretty good score for him.
That's true. Yeah.
But I
well,
think the -3, honestly, for Tim is probably going to be Brayshaw.
Oh yeah, the Brayshaw. What did Brayshaw get?
88.
88.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Oh no, that's all
I
right.
mean,
That's still not a
I
bad
I
score.
mean he did go against Port and he did cop a tag, but 88 from $1 million play is still kind of a downer.
Yeah. And you went Martin vice captain instead of Merritt. You tricked us there, Tim.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably his +3.
Oh,
I look, I
Oxel
keep,
being sub probably -3 for you, Tim.
no, I can, um, Cleary.
Yeah, 51. But that's not too. That's like one of my high scores, 51. Jeepers, that
Well,
sma-
I did have Simpson on the field. I did have Merritt, not Merritt, I did have Sinclair instead of Merritt before trade to 5 minutes to go, then I've changed
Yeah,
things around.
I think that's the only reason the guy on top of the leaderboard actually got you is because he had Sinclair.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that I think that's the only difference why that you didn't get top two.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, and
Top th
anyways, yeah, honestly, for my +3, it's probably Nick Martin. Brought him
Actually,
in this week.
I might give my plus three to Ned Long. He did well, I reckon.
you were wanted to trade him out the other week, Tim.
uh,
Yeah, my +3 is definitely going to Nick Martin. He was fantastic on Friday night. So unfortunate that I didn't VC him.
Reece don't even have
Yeah,
him.
And,
I yeah, I know Tim. I know I don't have him.
and
Yeah, I don't
my
have any
negative
good
three
players in
is
fantasy.
Trainer.
You've got one good player,
Who?
Charles.
You've just got to start
Right.
this with Wicks now. It's Troll now.
We'll get to them.
Oh,
We'll
oh,
get to
oh,
them,
oh,
but
yes. I also got to add in this. This is the DPPs that got added. So we got Luke Nankervis added mid, Sullivan added forward, Wagner added mid, Bowers added defense, Humphrey added mid, McCullen added mid, McCarty added right, Rhea added defense, Pickett added mid, Turner added defense, Rosie added defense, Banks added defense, McKerney added forward, Hutchison added mid, Gross added forward, Hoff added mid, Kumas added forward, and Williams added defense. So out of that, there's only literally one player, Rosie, that's probably worth getting. The rest aren't like
I,
setting the
I
world on
mean,
fire.
I mean, with Pickett going mid, maybe you can get him as like a pod, maybe. But yeah, Rosie and Pickett
Yeah,
are basically the only two that are worth a look at.
And in
might as well just make it. What's that?
Supercoats, I've moved up to 6,000 because I scored 25.98 in the Supercoats too.
Did
Same
you
score as fantasy.
really?
Yep.
Have you got the same team in fantasy, Super Coach?
No different, but same
Oh,
score.
different. Well, let's have a look at your how you're going with your Super Coach then. Yeah, you've moved up a lot this week. You overtook me now. Yeah, you've got over me now after that. You're smashing it now and there, and you don't do Real Dream Team, do you?
No, never heard of that.
Real Dream Team, that's the original format of AFL Fantasy where you have limited trades. So, like Supercoach, whereas Fantasy, you got unlimited trades pretty much. And how did we go with our tipping? I ended up getting pretty much all right. What about you? How was your tipping this week?
I think I got most of them. I think I got like 7 out of 9 or 8 out of 9 this week.
What about you, Timba?
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, well, I think I got like 8 or 9 this week, so it wasn't too bad.
Well, you're lucky.
Yeah, I stuffed up with Sydney. That was the only one I stuffed up with.
You know why you picked Sydney? Because Reece played.
No. Wicks got subbed out there, Tim. How do you feel your favourite player got subbed out?
Well,
When
I
I
knew
when
you
I
would.
when I saw Wicks got subbed out, I was like, oh, Tim won't be happy. He loves his Wicks.
No, that you see the face of him on the bench. He looked like he lost his wallet. He looks
Oh
sad.
yeah. Um, all right, let's get into our preview of the week ahead. So now it's only bye
Did you
round,
see
so
my Supercoach team or not?
yeah, I did, yeah. I can't log in on. If I log in here, it will show my username and account. So I don't really want to log in my password there, but I've got the fantasy up there already for you. What was I going to say? Yeah, so the first game is a Brisbane Lions versus Essendon. Merritt averages 106.46 of the last 8 tons. Neil averages 110.11 of the last 13 tons. And Dunkley averages 92.63 tons out of 11. So, Tim, every time I get to these stats, you yawn. And I reckon Neil's got a sneaky, average 110.11 of the last 13 tons versus Essendon. So that's going to be quite interesting. It's a Thursday night up at the Gabba. And Brisbane coming off a good win against Hawthorn at the MCG. What are your thoughts on this? What players do you reckon you want to get from this team, this game?
Well, that rookie
Yeah,
Clark,
well,
he's good.
I think there's one obvious downgrade here this week,
Yeah,
and it's
Clark
gotta
gone.
be Angus Clark
Yeah,
from Essendon.
Clark. Yeah, he'll have a low break even. What's his break even? I haven't even looked at it yet. Probably something low.
Well, you can put Reece in the defence now and put Reece in the midfield, get midfielder.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I don't have.
that's what I'm doing
I
for one of my trades. I'm probably gonna put like Zach Reed in the midfield, swap him out with Rosie while I do my trade. Get
I
like
don't
a
have any
premium
Essendon
midfielder.
defenders.
I've got a prediction now.
Clark is negative 23 break even, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's a
I,
must get. He is
I've
a
got I've
must
got a
get
prediction
this
now.
week.
What's that, Tim? What prediction?
Jacob will get top 3 in this week coming.
I'm not getting top 3, mate. I'm not getting top 3. Even if it's best 18, there's no way I'm getting top 3 this week.
What about me, Tim? Top 3 for me?
I don't know. Top 4?
And who you tipping in this game? Brisbane or Essendon?
It's been
Tim?
Alright, no, I might have to pick Essendon, the good one we've got.
Why Essendon?
I don't know, just I think I've got a good one coming up.
I'm going Brisbane, of course. All right,
get
game 2
Angus
for
Clark. Get Angus Clark in for
Angus
that game.
Clark.
I don't
Yes,
care if it's Thursday night. Get Angus Clark in that game. I
But
do
who
and
not
he's
care.
but who would you trade him out for? Kako or Cleary? Kako's got less
Cleary.
money.
Maybe Cleary. Or
Yeah,
Kako.
but
I don't have Kako. Maybe Kako can go.
he's a defender.
Yeah.
Clock is.
Yeah.
But Zach Reed
And
is also out, so Zach Reed straight down is probably the best option there.
oh yeah, I don't have Zach Reed. You have Zach Reed, don't you, Tim?
I think everyone has Zach Reed,
I don't.
which is
That's the one.
unlucky.
That's the one
You
guy that was killing me all the time, not having him, and now he's finally out. So it's kind of a bit of a bonus for me for a change.
you've got
But you
trainer,
got it.
man.
What's that?
Yes, I
Don't
still
you?
have Trainer as well.
I've
Reece
got.
got.
I was kissed with not many injuries this week for a change. Don't have trainer either.
I had Reed injured, Trainer, and Cooper Simpson injured this week. Man,
I I avoid. I had
those are
no.
basically my three trades this week. My three trade outs right there. Once we get to
I had
trades.
I had no McRae, no Short, no Jason Horn-Francis. I had no Reed. I had no trainer. I managed to dodge all those bullets, but the only thing that stuffed me up was having Warner on the bench. Um,
Like
oh,
Shed Warner.
yeah, Friday Collingwood versus Hawthorn, the game two. Newcomb averages 99.5, two of the last 4 tons, and Dacos averages 82, which is 1 out of 4 tons. Who do
Yeah,
you like in
I
this
don't
game?
think I'm glad that Nick Dacos made his bounce back this week with that 130 plus score. But what about Ned Long?
Yeah, never long.
I see that Tim has him, and
Yeah,
I am so mad that I did not get Ned Long when he was so cheap. I am so mad that I didn't get him
well, if
because
you
now
listen,
he's killing every one of us that didn't get him.
well, if you listen
He's
to the pod
literally
a
been
few
doing
weeks
that for
back,
weeks.
Tim wanted to trade him out too. Long.
And now he's
You
like a
still want
Yeah,
to trade
mainstay.
him out, Tim?
yeah, I did, but he's been improving. Even
He,
Daniel got
he's he's looking
94.
strong in that midfield. He looks really strong in that midfield.
I picked him up in draft as well. He wasn't even in. No one picked him up, and I picked him up in free agent draft this week, so that was good.
Yeah, that's probably a good move, especially in the long run. It's probably a best hold like until the buy, and then flick him off at the buy and upgrade him to the top.
Right.
Like he's a
Is that
very
Busta?
serviceable M8 until the very end of the buys.
I could hear Busta on the background.
Yeah, he's sick, so his bedtimes.
Say hello to Busta. Get Busta on here if you want.
He's sick, I said.
oh no. Who are you tipping for this one? Collingwood or Hawthorn?
No idea.
Gotta go Collingwood, right? You just gotta go Collingwood.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hawthorn and well, I want I want Hawthorn to win, but Collingwood might win, but I prefer Hawthorn to win.
And
Um,
don't cheat, like, don't lie like last week. You picked dogs, but you picked cats.
wasn't lying. I was sitting down, not lying. Um,
Sneaky.
you're sneaky too. Talking about your trades, you've done a lot of different trades to what you say too, Tim. So you're
Like what?
sneaky.
Well, we'll get
Like
You
to
sneak.
what?
trades at the end of this. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
All
that
right.
everyone
Yeah.
already knows mine,
Yeah.
but
So game 3 Saturday, Gold Coast versus Fremantle. Anderson averages 73.4, 1 ton out of 5 tons. Brayshaw averages 84.92 out of 7 tons, and Strong averages 98.62 of the last 5 tons. What players do we look out for this one?
What about Noah
Brayshaw, I
Anderson?
think it's going to bounce back this week
What about
after
Noah
pretty.
Anderson? I know
Yep,
you got him,
Anderson.
Reece.
I do have Anderson. He is frustrating. One week he gets 120, one week he gets 80, but this week he got 120, so it's actually pretty decent this week.
And then Brayshaw got an 88 this week.
You don't even have merit, Reece. What's happening?
I do have merit. Tim, he was my number one player.
I mean, Sarong's looking like a good pick now, again. And he's gotten really cheap as well.
He's under 900,000 at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for Sarong, that's really cheap for him. And
Simpson?
considering
You
that
think I'm
he can
going...
go an easy 110 without
I did.
tag, like,
Did you see what Hunter said? Tim, you like what the comment says. Can you see the comment on the
No, I
YouTube?
can't. I can't.
Hunter Thornton, who is a massive Brisbane fan as well, he joined in and he says, "It's the Sam Wicks show."
that was last week, Hunter. That was last week.
This week is a 12 this week.
Well, who are we tipping, Gold Coast or Freo in this game?
Gold Coast just because they're at home.
Yeah,
Timba?
Gold Coast.
Yeah, you sound enthusiastic. I'll go Gold Coast. Um, Game 4, GWS versus Richmond. Tom Green averaged 106.33 off 4 tonnes, and Whitfield averages 96.33, 5 tonnes out of 15 tonnes. So Whitfield doesn't really score well against Richmond, whereas Tom Green averages a lot more better.
Oh,
What
and you
plays did we
forgot
look?
you forgot that Minson is William Hayes from Collingwood. He's a good downgrade if you wanna.
Oh yes, I asked you before, but I don't think you mentioned it. Yeah, that's right. What players do you reckon from the GWS Richmond game?
Well,
Um,
what do you think about this William Hayes guy? Mr. Reece?
Well, I don't know. Gray got 54 last week. He was pretty good. He plays when Bolter isn't playing, so um, he wasn't too bad.
I saw this. I saw this post on the AFL Fantasy Pigsty on Facebook about Sam Banks. Yeah, he's on Richmond.
Yep,
He's gone. I
He's
believe
defender
it
now.
was 88, 97, 110 in his past three.
yep. And
But he's
and
gone against
McAuliffe
West Coast, North Melbourne, Essendon the past three as well. So
Yeah, he's
kind of take
defender
that with a
now.
pinch of salt.
And
and
Pepper
McAuliffe
too.
looks good as well too. You know McAuliffe. I've been looking at him the last few weeks, and he's got another
Yeah,
90
yeah,
scored this
McAuliffe
week.
definitely has been looking good. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
blame people for going to McAuliffe, honestly. Like he's been looking really good.
Who do you reckon,
But
Tim? You're saying something?
you forgot Cy Bolton in the other game.
Oh, yeah, rubbish.
Please don't bring up Shea Bolton again. The
I traded
traders
him. I
do not
traded
know
him
what they're
in.
talking about with Shea Bolton.
I traded him in, and
Please
he
do
was
not
a
bring up Shea
stud.
Bolton.
Well, you
He's
had
worse
him.
than he's worse than Wicks, Tim. I got him in last week, and he's worse than Wicks.
Who's that? I never heard of him.
Bolton,
Who is it?
Bolton.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Bolton was trash.
Sky
He was
Bolton,
utter
Tim,
garbage.
Is he the one
uh,
from Bulldogs?
from Richmond.
Oh, I didn't know.
Who do you tip, GWS or Richmond in this one?
Giants, that
GWS.
no.
Yep, Giants as well too. The fifth game, Sydney versus Adelaide. Warner averages 86.41
I'd
ton out
Wick
of 5
so.
tons, and Dawson versus Swans 96 out 2 out of 4 tons.
Hopefully
Well,
Reece gets better because he misses out on games.
he misses out on games. He just goes off because he's crap.
I
What?
swear, how many times am I gonna be burnt by Jordan Dawson this season? I'm
Oh,
gonna be
I
burnt
thought
by
you were
him
gonna
so
say.
much. I have been burned by him every single week
I
because
thought
I
you were
don't
gonna
have
say
Dawson
Wick then.
myself, and I've hated myself for not picking him up earlier.
I
I
thought you were
think
gonna
I don't
say
have
Wick
this
so.
week
Dawson. I don't
might be the
have him
week.
either.
Yeah, I think this might be the week that I launch into Dawson.
I thought you were gonna
He's
say
been playing
Wicks
so
Jacob or
well, and
Jared.
he's been racking up the scores.
I thought you were gonna say Wicks Jacob or Jared.
And what players do you reckon you look out for, Tim, in this one?
What Sam Berry? He's 400k.
The Berry,
Sam
you
Berry?
reckon?
Yeah,
What did he score this week, Tim?
123.
Oh, that's a lot.
Have a look. You don't believe me?
I didn't even see this game. I was umpiring a game today, and I had a draw when I was umpiring, so that was pretty crazy.
And Kelly Underwood was saying things mixed up.
Oh, she always does that. She's called Charlie Cameron Hugh McCluggage before. I don't know how you can get those two mixed up.
What's he called? Zach Taylor Walker.
Yeah, he was a laid out in the Adelaide West Coast game. He'll
Yeah,
probably be back this week, and Dawson's probably going to go back into midfield permanently now.
Petling
that's
was a
true.
bit alright for me. Petling
Pete Lynn, yeah.
in my forward line.
And you're gonna get Wicks. Got told, Tim.
He's injured, so he can't fool me now.
Yeah, he got injured, Wicks did.
Oh no, that means we can't talk about Wicks anymore, Tim. What a shame.
um,
Who are you tipping, Sydney or Adelaide in this one?
there's one person I can talk about.
Who?
Charles. How come he didn't go that right forward?
We've talked about Hawthorn already.
Yeah, but Charles is your favourite player, isn't he?
No, he's not. Um,
No, we've
Sydney
gone
versus.
past that.
Hey, who are you tipping, Sydney or Adelaide, Tim?
I'll pick Sydney, I think.
Where's it being played?
Sydney.
At the SCG.
Sydney. I'm not confident in that though.
I'm going for
Mm.
Adelaide. After Sydney, their performance today was hopeless, so I'm going Adelaide. Um, this one is on June. Wow, June, my birthday month. Come on. All right, now. Melbourne versus St Kilda. This is on Sunday, game 6. Gawn averages 100.1, 7 out of 15 tonnes, and Sinclair averages 80.1, only 1 out of 12 tonnes against Melbourne. Who are you liking on this game?
Well, it's the obvious. Gone. Gone versus Marshall. Gone versus St Kilda. He's probably going to go huge.
Well,
Probably a captaincy option if you're really looking at it.
Sinclair
Yep,
might get him because I missed out. I sort of got him, eh?
Yeah,
he's pretty
Sinclair is
cheap. You can get
definitely a
him.
good look as well. Another good ton
If I
You
as
had
can get
well
him for
this
Sinclair,
week.
Bryce or Reed. You can get him for.
if I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
Sinclair
that's
for
probably a good
Vice,
upgrade this week, I'd say, for getting Sinclair in.
if I had
I
Um,
would
Sinclair
probably
for
hold
Vice,
Bice if you have trainers still, but if you don't have trainer, I would definitely go Bice up to Sinclair if you have the money.
if I had Sinclair last week for Vice, I would have won the weekly.
Hunter also says Merritt, Anderson, and Clark in, and Reed. Horn. Oh, I say I. He goes Merritt, Anderson, and Clark in. Reed, Horn, Francis, and Powell out. What do you think of that?
Well,
Who,
Clark
who,
in is a definite tick.
who are you
That's a
asking that
definite tick.
for?
He's ask. He's
Merritt,
asking us.
I think that Merritt is probably not gonna be is probably bombed out, so that's probably a tick as well. But Noah Anderson, I'm kind of hesitant on him. I don't know where it is. I don't really like the pick. How much is Noah Anderson?
Nine,
Uh,
900k.
yeah, he's up and I've had him all year. He's up and down. If you like a yo-yo, if you like an 80 or 120 1 week, this or the next, then you can have a go at that. But he hasn't really been that consistent with his scoring this year. Timber,
Yeah, I
what do you
say
think of that question?
he's 963.
What was that?
Yeah. What do you think of Hunter's comment? He goes, Merritt, Anderson, Clark in, Horn, Francis, Powell, and Reed out. Jacob has ticked off apart from Anderson. What do you reckon, Tim?
I'll probably take the Merritt one off and probably maybe get a Sinclair or Myers for Anderson instead.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sinclair is definitely the better move than Anderson if you have the money.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you can put in defence, whereas Anderson's just a midfielder. So you can
Yeah,
get a bit stuck there.
exactly.
Although Gold Coast do have a decent draw, but that's the only positive out of it. But who do you
Yeah,
tip
they
out of
do, but
yeah, who do you tip out of this game? Melbourne St Kilda.
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Tim? Melbourne, yeah. Yeah, tough one. I'll go Melbourne. And the last game of the round, very tough game for Geelong.
Oh yeah, tough game.
Is West Coast versus Geelong. Now, oh, by the way, Hunter said he's already got Sinclair. So once we go through this game, we'll think out some options.
Yeah,
Now, um,
we'll recap that then.
West Coast and Geelong. Holmes has got 0 out of 3 tons, average of 83.7. Now, there wasn't really many standout players in this game to put captain because West Coast don't really have many on offer, and Geelong don't really have many on offer either. So,
Bailey Smith's
You're
good.
yeah,
forgetting one person.
who's
Bailey
that?
You're
Smith.
forgetting one person who was my vice captain on
Oh
Thursday.
yes, Bailey Smith. Oh, I forgot about him. How did I forget about him? Yeah, sorry
But
guys, I forgot about Bailey Smith.
but
Yeah,
but there is one caveat to this. He did say that he had a shin injury and that he was battling through it through Thursday night's game.
yeah, and
Does he
because it's just
rest
West
versus
Coast,
West Coast?
yeah,
Does
because it's
he
an easy game
rest?
for Tim, so they might
Yeah,
For
but
rest.
like
me,
that's what
I'm
I'm
not
worried about.
playing.
If Baz rests, that puts a hole into a lot of my trades this
I'm
week.
not even playing Reece. What do you mean?
I meant for you because you're a Geelong fan, so um,
Yeah, easy one.
and also
Yeah,
Hunter said he's already got Sinclair, by the way. So I would say
yeah,
if
you
you've
already
already got
mentioned that.
Sinclair, then maybe go for a you could have go like for an underpriced midfielder if you're looking for a midfielder, or maybe have a look at the new DPPs. Maybe if you don't have Rosie, you could probably put him in defence. Maybe,
Well, Max
um,
Holmes, you get him.
yep, maybe someone with a good draw as well too, because Gold Coast got a decent draw, Sydney's got a decent draw. Um, who else got decent draw? Geelong's playing West Coast this week, so but there's not really. I don't trust Geelong that much because of the late outs all the time. But Bailey
I
Smith's
know what
probably gonna.
I know
No
what
one
you said
trusts
about.
Geelong other than Bailey Smith.
Yeah.
I know you don't like Kane Corns, guys. So what's the
How do
point
you
of
know I
that?
don't like
Oh,
Kane's corns?
I watched.
please don't talk about Kane Corns. I hate him. I
I listen.
How,
absolutely despise
I
him.
listen. You call me a vlog, so
when was
I
this?
despise him, mate. I just despise Corns like 100%.
on the AFL 26 podcast, I heard it.
I know. I said Kane Corns can stick it up his bum because last year he said that Brisbane won't win the grand final with a forward line of Hitwood and Danaher, and look what happened. And he still hasn't owned up to what he said. So, yeah,
Oh, look what just happened in the past month with Kane Corns.
yeah.
Yeah,
Talking
it
about
was.
Sheezy
Like
ball and
that
all
this
that.
the last month from Kane Corns just proves that he's just an absolute flog.
Yeah, and he was teasing Bailey Smith the other night about his hairband.
Did you see
Yeah,
his contact with Bevo this weekend?
yeah. He tried to have a go at Bevo as he was walking past him. Did you see that, Tim?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
I've seen it.
stupid. It's just like stupid. I think that was blown up a little bit by the media, but I still think it's stupid.
Well, he's
Yeah.
Port, so Port's shit.
um, West Coast and Geelong. Who you tipping out this one? This is tough one for Geelong there.
Oh, tough.
You
Well,
say
you know
it's
who I'm
tough,
picking.
but The only reason it's tougher is because it's at Optus.
You know who I'm picking, so no comment there.
Who are you
But
picking, Tim?
Geelong.
I think you're going to say you're tipping West Coast, Tim.
No.
Who is that then? Geelong?
Of course. I won't be there to watch it though.
You should come over to Perth. Say hello to me.
Say Ricks.
I'll be tipping Geelong in this one.
Don't change your mind this time, won't you?
No. Oh, let's talk a bit about our
And then
trades. What
obviously for the buys, the other four teams that we didn't mention: Carlton, Port Adelaide, um,
North and
North,
Bulldogs?
and Western Bulldogs. They don't have a game for their first round bye. And this week it is best 18 scores with the four teams that are on the bye. Those scores do not count.
Yep,
Yeah.
and it's easier to loop your captains this week
As
because you can
well,
put
you
a
also have
captain
three
on the
trades
bye
throughout the
players.
entire bye structure.
Yeah,
What do you think I should do then?
and all right. So with the buy structures, I usually do pretty good with this buys. Last few years, I've got over 2,000 on the buys because what I do on the first round of the buy, because everyone's going to have a buy eventually from now on. So with this buy structure, keep your buy structure the same as you have, or if you need to do a buy structure, have a look before you trade. Then trade your round 12 buy players to get some cash as well too. So that way you'll be able to next week get the players that already had their buy. In previous years it was 8, 10, 12, but now there's going to be 4 buys, so you can spread it out a bit, like maybe like a 6 something, and but have a look at your buy structure, write it down, and then once you have done your trades for this first round, then next week you want to have some cash because you want to be upgrading your players to the players that have had their buy. So your North Melbourne players, you want to get some Bulldogs players in, you want to get your Port players, you want to. So this is why I didn't get Rosie, because I want to try and get him for next week. So when he's off his buy, because he's got his buy this week.
Yeah, this round 12 bye, there is a couple of big outs that this week. Like you said, Rosie, Chera is out this week. You have Tristan Cherry, he's also out. You have
You got
Matt Kennedy, even though he's a pod, he's out as well.
English,
You
English,
have
English.
Bont who's out. You
Your
have
player English, Tim.
Yeah.
Yep, Tim English is out. There's a lot of high scoring players out this
Yeah,
week.
but I don't have money in that game in the round, don't I? Look, how many players?
Yeah, it's gonna be all about what you do with those primo guys going through the buys. If you keep them or if you trade them out and then bring them in the week after, which is probably what I'm doing with Kennedy next week because since obviously Reed and Simpson need to go, I'm
What do you
can't
think I
get
should do to
Kennedy
this
this week.
team then?
What's that?
What do you think I should do to the team?
Well, you could,
Well, let's
if
go
you
over
don't
our
have
trades then.
major issues, you can fix up your injuries and like Reed, you got to trade Reed. Maybe trade Bice. Your forward line's not too bad. Your Daniel, you could probably. Are you gonna keep him or?
Daniel had a good week this week, but he's not going to replicate that when he comes to off of his bye.
Because I was planning to trade Daniel this week myself. I've got, so you got this week. You got one. You got Rosie, you got Chera 2, you've got English
English and
3,
you got
you've got
Daniel.
Daniel 4, but then you also got to factor in the players that aren't going to play as well. So obviously Ree's going to be injured, and Boxall may be out because he was sub this week. So you got about 6 players that aren't playing. Oh, and Boyd 7. So you got 7 players so far that's not playing.
Oh,
Tim.
Gone just slips back in. So
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So
so
um,
yeah, Tim's probably gonna get rid of Reed. He's probably gonna get rid of Bice and maybe
yeah.
one of his one of his round 12 guys, like say Daniel,
Yeah,
to make his trades.
yeah. Oh, we can get rid of
I
Cleary
might
as
do a
well.
sneaky move again.
Yeah. Make sure you look at your
Yeah,
buy
remember it is
structure
best
though.
18. So
Yeah.
what are you doing, Reese?
I am going to hopefully get rid of Troll this week.
Oh, Joel, you talked about him.
Yeah. Joel, I'm going to get rid of Daniel. See, this week I've got Sheasel, I've got Bontempelli, I've got Zeri, Simpkin, and Daniel. So I've got 5 players on the buy. So I need to trade a couple of out. I've still got, luckily, I've got a full bench almost. I've got Connell, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got six on the bench that are still playing. So at least I'll probably bring on some of my bench players and just trade out the higher ranked players, so like Daniel, so I can get some money. I've got I traded last week. I traded in Bolton and Warner. That made
What
made
do
me
you
some cash.
trade? What do you get Tom Stewart or Myers in this week?
Not Stewart because I can't trust him. So
What Myers?
no, he likes shopping at Coles. I heard.
Well, one of your trades, you gotta go down to Angus Clark.
Yeah, Angus Clark. That's the one I was thinking of. Angus Clark. Oh, and that Sam Taylor, I want to try and get rid of him. He's so frustrating. He gets 60 or 70 and that's it. He's
You
always
still
stuck in
got him.
between at 60. Yeah,
You
I've
still
haven't
have
got
Taylor.
I haven't had a chance to get rid of him, Tim.
I got rid of him
That's,
in round
God.
6.
yeah, I
Yeah, me
know.
too.
Well, yeah, well, you know what? When I was about to get rid of him, then he scored
Ho
a
ho ho.
77. He scored 84. He got a 72. Then he got those 3 weeks of those decent scores. I was like, oh, I might as well just keep him now. Like,
That
and
was a
then
ho ho
Yeah, I only
ho.
kept him because of the cash they generated in the round
yeah,
0. That's the only reason I kept him.
That was a ho
yeah.
ho ho moment, wasn't
Yeah, and then
it?
so Sam Taylor still got there. Still can't get rid of him,
What
but I
made
want
you
to get
pick?
rid of him.
What made you pick Joe anyway? Good
To
matchup.
no, to make
Break
cash because
even.
his break even was so low, and you know what he's made? He
What?
has made this. He has made um he made me $90,000. So it wasn't too bad. But then I need to trade him out though because he went 88, 114, 77, and then 75. But then he got 43 this week. So which was rubbish. But they got smashed by Brisbane.
Hey,
Yeah,
Reese.
yeah,
Angus Clark made 61,000 this week. He made
yeah.
two
I know.
thirds of what Troll made for you in the 4 weeks that you have him in 1 week.
Yeah,
And he has a
yeah,
negative 23 break even. So even if he scores like a 40 this week, he's still gonna make more than Troll did for you for 4 weeks in 2.
Yeah, that was a ho ho ho.
yeah. No, yeah. Um,
Yeah, like you
Hunter.
gotta get in Clark. You
Hunter
gotta get
asked
in.
what rank am I? So my super coach and my real dream team is a lot better than my fantasy. So I have been focusing more on that. But Timba is our highest ranked here. He's on 95 overall. So that was what
I'm just under 39K. I'm 39,170.
Who? What did number 1 get, by the way?
This
he
week,
Yeah.
um, if I he had 2,448 this week.
48.
no he got
Yeah,
26. No, he got 2610. He got this week.
Oh, 13 points off.
Yeah,
Not too bad. Rangley
yeah,
Miller
close.
came home strong.
yeah. So Tim, you're about 300-ish points off of Jacob on top of the rankings
Am
for
I?
fantasy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
And right now you are in line for a hat. So
Remember last time,
Keep going,
Reece?
Timba.
I
Keep going.
missed down. Remember last time, Reece? I was 101 and 1.5
Yep, that's right. And last year you had all the injuries, so that was hard.
You're laughing at me.
No, you're laughing at me, Tim.
Footy gods are raining down on you now, Tim.
What, raining down on me?
And what was I gonna say? And you said you're leaving on Tuesday. You're going away on Tuesday. You said, Tim.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's right. You're going on a holiday. That's right, to
Yeah,
Adelaide. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then the week after's my birthday on the Friday. Not this week, but next week.
Ah.
Yeah.
So the quiz, you gonna give us questions?
What quiz is that?
You know the quiz that we normally do. You won it last week. It's your turn to
All
host
right.
it.
All right. Let me do some questions then. All right. All right. I'm just thinking of the spot now. All
So if
right.
Jacob wins this week, he can host it next week.
Hang on. Let me try and work this out.
If not next week, week after. Sorry, I won't be on
All right.
next week.
Um. All right. Now let's have a look here. All right. Here's a question. I'm
Who
just working out
for?
some questions. All right. Question for Jacob. Which player this week got 50 and got subbed out?
Sam Wick.
Ding, ding, ding. That's correct.
Oh shit!
You
So
have to mention Wicks, don't you?
Yeah. All right. Question for Tim.
fuck's sake.
This game I was at last year. What was the score of the 2024 preliminary final, Brisbane Lions and Geelong at the MCG last year?
Oh fuck's sake. Oh. Brisbane won by 10 points, I think.
What was the score?
Oh. No idea. Forgot.
It was 12-13-85 to 14-11-95. So you got half a point because you got Brisbane beat Cats by 10, but you didn't quite say the scoreboard, but you did say the margin, so half a point. Jacob gets a full point so far. Now, let me try and work out another question. This is a question on the spot. Do you pre-plan your questions or do you just pick them on the spot there, Tim?
I'll just pick him on the spot.
All right, all right, all right. Here's one for another one for Jacob. Which player in the forward line scored 43 this week?
43. Jay Bolton.
No, do you know this one, Tim?
Jay Bolton was bigger than me.
Not Bolton. Timba. Same question for you. See if you can guess which player scored 43 in the forward line.
Ah. Shit. Can you give me a clue?
He played this weekend.
That's not good.
That's a great that's a great tip.
Oh.
And he plays in the forward line.
Not Merrick. Wine Merrick. West Coast.
What did he score? Actually, I don't even know.
They're clearly gone higher. I know he was at 30 at one point in like the second half.
Marek scored 51. Oh wow, that's
Oh,
rubbish score.
close.
Yeah, he
Yep.
he's been doing well, but
Yep. No. So the correct answer was Chol.
Oh,
Joel,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
kind
you've
of
been talking
roasted
about
yourself there,
Chol.
Reece.
You've been talking about Chol the whole episode. I thought you would have got that straight away.
You can't. You're just kind of insulting yourself, Reese.
I know, but I'm just trying to work. Well, I'm just trying to work out questions that are relevant to what we've been talking about.
So
um,
give me my turn now. Question, isn't it?
no. Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, question back to Jacob now.
I
Let's
thought it was
try and
my
work.
turn.
No, no. So you both couldn't answer that one correct. So, all right.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and ask another question. Um,
Well, eventually, we need to get back to the question
he- here is
that
a
was
good
posted on
question.
our comments.
What was the? Here we go. What was the score of the 2024 AFL Grand Final between Brisbane Lions and Sydney Swans, Jacob?
I know Brisbane destroyed the Swans in the grand final,
you giving us
probably
a
because
win?
of
Oh,
probably because Raw was the first song of the grand final. So not probably just give Brisbane the edge, but whatever. I think Brisbane kicked like 13 goals, 7, something like that, to like 8-5, 8-6.
All right. So what's your score? What's that then? 85
Uh,
to 56. You're saying?
yeah, I think somewhere around that area.
All right, Timba. Your question. What was the score of the 2024 AFL Grand Final between Brisbane Lions and the Sydney Swans?
that's the same question.
I know, because whoever gets the closest margin to the actual correct answer will win the quiz this week.
Oh, okay.
So you've got to try and get the score and the margin.
Uh, Brisbane won by was it 81 points?
I need to work out this. So you said, what was it? 80. What did you
One.
say? 85 to 56, you said?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's a 29-point margin. And what did you say? 81-point margin.
Yeah.
Was it really
It
that big?
it was
I don't
it was
remember it being
actually
that.
so the correct answer was Brisbane Lions 18-12 or 1-20 defeated Sydney Swans in 9-6-60 by 60 points. We actually doubled their score. Um, so and both of you were pretty much in between. So Jacob went lower and Tim went high. So um, I'll have to do one more question to decide the winner this week. All right. So now my question. I need to figure out a good question. Let's see. What? All right, here's one for you both. What is the number of games Chris Fagan coached this weekend? Jacob.
That was phase 200.
Timber, what's your answer?
Uh, 200.
All right, dead
You
heat,
said the
ding ding,
exact same
both got
thing. I said it
yeah,
first. I should get
both
that.
both great question. All right, now, all right, maybe I'll just say whoever gets it first, then that will be makes it easier. All right, now my question. Which player kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes against Hawthorn?
Holly Cameron.
Yes, ding ding ding. Jacob got it. Ding ding ding. All right, Jacob's winner, so he's gonna have to ask the questions next week then.
That don't make sense.
What's that?
Really?
Yeah, because I said whoever answers first this time, and Jacob answered first. You didn't say anything, Tim. You're yawning.
I
I
mean,
was
that
waiting
was
for
literally after my game finished that Charlie actually kicked those
Yeah.
3 goals.
that was
Like,
too
my game
easy.
literally finished at 3 o'clock, and he
Yeah.
kicked three
You
consecutive
should give
goals
us another
literally about
question.
10 minutes afterwards.
You should
Oh
give us a
wow.
question that we don't know.
What do you mean? A question that you
No,
don't
I
know?
wasn't going home until halftime, basically, so.
Yeah. I thought you watched the Brisbane Hawthorn game, Tim. You told me you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you told me you did watch it.
No.
Well, I know I did.
Of course
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
You,
But
you
yeah,
should get,
no.
you should give us another one that was all one-sided.
One-sided. No, I gave you plenty of options. You could have got the Brisbane Lions grand final result. I gave you good questions, and I gave you the easiest one of all. I gave you Chol, and you kept talking about Chol podcast. So, uh, um, all right now, yeah, no, I think that was good. Should be a good week ahead. Tim's going away on a holiday. I'm going to have my birthday next week. Should be a good
Birthday this
good week
weekend.
ahead. And your birthday as well too. So everyone's busy this weekend, this week coming up. That'll be good. Um, have a good week ahead. Good luck with your scores. Good luck with your teams as well too. That was good quiz on the spot there. Good questions. Good.
Not really. You didn't
What's
give me
that?
no chance.
I gave you the easiest one,
Only because
Joel.
you lost. Probably the
Yeah,
first time
Probably.
you lost this weekend.
you've been trying to give me hits about Joel, and you didn't even know what he scored. I thought you would have known that. Um,
No.
But let's be fair, Tim. That's probably the only thing that you've lost this weekend.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probably
Well,
well.
yeah. Well,
Look at your
make sure.
score and look at your ranking.
Yeah. Make sure if you put a 4 in front of the 3, that's what Joel got, 43. But yeah, have a good week this week. Make sure you
Remember, I won't be
follow.
on next week, so
Yeah, make
gotta
sure you
do it
follow
week
the
after.
socials as well too. Um, enjoy Adelaide, and enjoy all our celebrations. And
Remember,
good
I
luck.
won't be on next week.
Yep, yep. You'll be thinking of Wicks. That's all good. No worries. And Wicks is not playing this next week. He'll be injured. So take it easy, guys, and good luck with your fantasy. Go Lions, go
Happy
Cats,
trading,
and go to
everyone.
footy.